Hello everyone, this is a quick tutorial to show you how to create a graph using Microsoft Word. And so there are some of you who are probably more a little advanced in Microsoft Word, and that's great. You can design your own graphs as long as they match the graph examples that the textbook or PowerPoint share. Now, so the first thing we're going to do is go here to Insert, and you go to your shape illustrations. And so you're going to choose your lines, and you're going to create a line by dragging your mouse from one point to another point. Once you do that, you can choose the thickness of the line and the color of the line. And so for the exterior of the graph, I want you to show black lines. And because the supply and demand lines are going to be blue and red. And so we're going to do the same here. We're going to draw the quantity and the price axis lines. Now, once you do that, you go back to Insert, go back here to create a text box, and you're going to draw a blank text box. And you're going to draw that right in here, and we're going to choose the lowest font possible, just so that we can fit that all into the text box. And we're going to remove the outline of the text box because it makes it easier and it doesn't cut into the line of your graph. And so normally this will be a little bigger, so this still looks a little small just for demonstration purposes. And again, we go back to Insert, go to your text box, and create the price axis. Now in this situation, you're going to have to change the direction of the font. So I want to rotate this to 270 because I want that to line up with the axis line here. And again, you can see that the font size is a little bit big, so I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to reduce that a little, and I want to center that. So what we can do is remove that outline and go back to your home page there and center it. And at this point, you can kind of see where it starts to cut out a little. You can move that a little closer, just as long as it doesn't cut into this line here. Now, the next thing is to create your supply and demand lines. And here we go back to your lines, and I'm going to create the supply line here, but I like to show my supply line as red. So I'm going to go ahead and use red for the supply, and then I'm going to insert another line and create that as my demand line, and I'm going to use blue. And that helps to kind of identify that a little quicker when we're doing it, but also it lets me know that you know the difference between which is supply, which is demand when you're using different colors. And although you're using the different colors, it's also very important when you're showing the shift in supply and demand to also show which is which by using a D or an S, and then you can either use a 0 or a 1 or a 2 to show the changes in that supply and demand. And of course, again, you can kind of decrease the font in that, make it a little smaller, add a 1 or a 2 if you need to show the shift. In this situation, in assignment 1 for module 1, we don't need to show any shift. So all you're showing me is just if you can identify where the supply line goes and where the demand line goes, and then label it the best you can using this method. Now, once you've done that, and you're going to label your supply also, the supply line there. Once you've done that, I want you to create a kind of lock this in, because you cannot copy and paste this into your assignments. You're going to have to create a photo of it. So what you're going to do is, some computers have a key where you can take a screenshot. Others, you have to use your control, print screen, or other commands that you might need to do to create a screenshot of it. And so what I want you to do is create a screenshot of your graph. And once you've done that, you are actually going to, and let me wind this up a little bit more and change that here. You're going to kind of paste that back into, let's see here if it took it. Oh, I didn't do the screenshot for me. I'm going to try it again, and then I'm going to paste that. So as you can see here, it kind of gave me like just a large print screenshot of my entire computer. So I want to minimize this, and I want to be able to crop this. So I'm going to crop that and kind of bring that in a little and try to only focus in on just the graph part. And so in doing that, I'm going to hit enter, and now I've got only a screenshot of my graph. So again, you can either go back and remove all of this if you'd like to, or you can just take that screenshot that you took and you're going to copy and paste that into your assignment. Let me remove all of these just to avoid confusion. And oh, come on. And you don't need to manually go in there. You can just create a new page and copy and paste this. So now I want to copy this, only this part of the graph, and I'm going to open the assignment up. And that, let me go open it up here. So you've got assignment for module 1, and I'm going to remove, I think it's a PDF file, so you don't have to remove it, but you can also just paste your graph next to the assignment answer where that should be. You can kind of resize it there, center it so that it's not off too much. And then so what you've got is you can copy and paste your picture of your graph onto the assignment without worrying about any of your lines moving around. And so on question 2, you're going to explain, so in words, you're going to explain the difference between quantity demanded and just demand and quantity demanded for milk, and you're going to give me the explanation here, but then you're going to show me on a graph what that means. How is demand shown on a graph? And then for the second, for number 3, you're going to show me the same thing you did for number 2, but you're going to show me supply, and you're going to explain supply. So that is basically how easy it is to create that graph and copy and paste that into your assignment. Hopefully this helps a little. If not, there are some YouTube videos that can help you through creating the graph and then locking in the lines so that they don't shift once you copy and paste them. So good luck. Thanks a lot. Have a great one.